In the peaceful village of Noorabad, life moved with a gentle rhythm. Children played under the banyan tree, elders exchanged stories at the tea stall, and farmers worked their fields from sunrise to sunset. Among the villagers lived a boy named Ayaan, known for his curious mind and quiet nature. He loved observing small things, insects crawling under leaves, raindrops forming patterns on the soil, and how even the tiniest seed grew into a towering tree. One evening, while returning from the fields, Ayaan noticed something unusual behind the old granary wall. A small, dark seed, glowing faintly like a burning coal. Curious, he picked it up. The seed felt warm in his palm, almost alive. He had never seen anything like it in the village before. The next morning, he showed it to the village elder, Hakim Sahib, who frowned as soon as he saw it. "Where did you find this?" Hakim asked, his voice tense. "Near the granary," Ayaan replied. "What's wrong with it?" Hakim sighed heavily. "This is no ordinary seed, my child. This is a shadow seed. Legend says it grows into a vine that looks harmless at first, but eventually spreads darkness across everything it touches. It must be destroyed immediately." Ayaan nodded, but something inside him resisted. How could such a small thing cause harm? It seemed impossible. And so, while Hakim prepared to dispose of it, Ayaan quietly slipped the seed back into his pocket. That night, as the village slept, Ayaan planted the seed in a corner of his family's backyard. He covered it with soft soil and whispered, "Grow well, little one." The next morning, to his surprise, a small green shoot had already emerged. It looked perfectly normal, bright, fresh, innocent. Ayaan felt proud. Hakim Saeed must have been mistaken, he thought. Days passed, and the plant grew quickly. But as it grew, strange things began happening in Noorabad. Chickens vanished. Dogs barked at empty corners. At night, villagers heard whispers they could not explain. The warm village air turned cool and uneasy. And in Ayaan's yard, the plant had grown darker. Its leaves, once bright and green, now had black veins running through them. The vines stretched along the ground, creeping toward the fence. One evening, Ayaan's sister Sarah screamed when she saw the vine slithering like a snake toward the house. Her parents rushed outside. "Ayaan!" her father thundered. "What have you planted?" The truth spilled out. How he found the seed, how he hid it, how he didn't believe Hakim Sahib's warning. When Hakim arrived and saw the vine, his face turned pale. "It has grown too much. We must cut it before the roots strengthen. If it reaches the groundwater, it will poison the entire village." The villagers gathered with axes, sickles, and shovels, but when they tried to chop the vine, the leaves shrieked as though alive, spraying dark dust that stung their eyes. Fear rippled through the crowd. "This is evil," someone whispered. "We should have stopped it earlier." Hakim looked at Ayaan. "Take responsibility for what you planted. You believed it was harmless. Now you must help us stop it." Ayaan felt the weight of guilt crushing his chest. Tears formed in his eyes, but he wiped them off. "Tell me what to do." Hakim handed him a small clay pot filled with glowing salt. "The only way to kill a shadow vine is to pour this at the root before the vine spreads further. Go alone. It listens to fear. If we all go, it will panic and attack." Ayaan swallowed. His legs trembled, but he nodded bravely. As night fell, he approached the vine. The sky above Noorabad darkened, even without clouds. The vine's leaves rustled like whispering voices, cold, mocking, hungry. Ayaan whispered, "I created this. Now I'll end it." He stepped closer. The vine lunged toward him, but he held the pot tightly.
its tendrils wrapped around his feet, trying to pull him down. For a moment, he almost lost balance, but he remembered Hakim's words. Evil grows stronger with fear. I won't fear you, he said through clenched teeth. He reached the root, a thick, pulsing knot beneath the soil. With all his strength, he smashed the clay pot and poured the glowing salt over the root. A loud hiss filled the air. The vine writhed violently, shaking like a serpent caught in fire. Then, slowly, it began to crumble. Leaves turning to ash, tendrils shrinking, darkness fading. Within moments, nothing but gray dust remained. The sky cleared. The air felt warm again. Birds chirped as if waking from a nightmare. The villagers cheered, running toward Ayaan. His parents hugged him tightly. Hakim placed a hand on his shoulder. Remember this for the rest of your life, Ayaan. Evil often starts small, so small we think it can't harm us. But if we don't stop it early, it grows beyond our control. Ayaan lowered his head. I understand, Hakim Sahib. I will never ignore a warning again. Hakim smiled gently. Mistakes happen. What matters is you faced yours with courage. From that day on, Ayaan became more cautious, wiser, and respected. Noorabad returned to peace, but the lesson stayed alive for generations. And that is our lesson for today. Nip the evil in the bud. Stop problems when they are small, before they grow into something dangerous.